and they stop, and then they keep it going.
I love it. I love it.
It's
So
it's
look,
great. It's
so that led me to my Sunday. Now, usually on Sunday during football season, I get spoiled because it's 20 weeks of football and I'm excited and then it stops. Right? So on Sundays I'm usually running around like what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do. So I decided to turn on my Madden and I started my Madden and I was in the 78,000 ranked percentile. And I said, okay, well, let's change the forecast a little bit. And by the time I finished playing, I was in the 63rd percentile. So I was happy about that, right?
all right.
Then comes today. And now I'll explain why my eyes are so low. Yo, new name.
Yowski.
What brought about the new name, my brother?
Yes.
The new name.
I see it.
The
And is
new
that's the
name.
logo on the shirt, correct?
Yes, sir.
Look
Yes,
at
sir.
this. Look
Good,
at
good
this.
branded.
Tell me,
That's
tell
all
me,
I wear. I
tell me.
wear the same.
What
I
the new
wear the
name?
same. I wear the same clothes every day, like Doug. You know, the green vest with the white shirt under every day,
Yes.
like Peter Griffin. White shirt, green pants.
Like Homer.
Like Homer.
Homer,
White shirt,
Homer,
blue pants, black
Homer dressed
kicks
like an
every day.
OG. He actually wearing blue jeans and a white tee, but they put the collar on it so it's professional.
Hey, they said he got on all black Tims too.
Well, those look like some
The security
like
guard jumps.
pointy brown loafers. That's what it look like. He wearing loafers.
Hey,
So
but yeah,
go ahead. The
the
name.
name change. The name change came about when I sat back with a homie of mine, another producer friend. Shout out my man Cash Beats. We sat back and I realized that the whole King Green thing, it was something I was riding from high school. It was just a favorite color type thing. You know, back in school, I used to rock Celtics jerseys, Eagle jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Just a whole bunch of green all the time. So I was King Green with the nickname, but it never really, expanded into my music. It never really had any relevance. So the
So
new
let me
name
ask
came
you a
about when
question.
I thought I needed a new name, man. Somebody was like, man, you need a new name, man. And
So you
that's where it
said
hit.
new name is it?
Man, when
Well,
it hit,
you are.
man, it hit.
That's like the most assholish thing to do. I need a
Hey,
new
somebody
name. You're right.
somebody else told me the same thing. Somebody said, hey, I see you changed your IG to new name soon. When you gonna get your new name? I said, that is my new name. My new name is new name. He hung up on me. He hung up.
No,
Slim ain't
like
text me back yet, man.
honestly, when I saw the IG change, I was thinking that was like a commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like telling everybody a new name is coming soon, right? I also thought that was a
He thinking I'm
preview
doing PR
to
stunts,
a
Jazzy.
project.
He thinking I'm doing PR stunts out here.
I mean, listen, everything to me,
Nah.
I look at
I ain't
everything
got a
like a
new
big
album coming
PR
out.
stunt.
I ain't trying to troll. No, I'm trolling over here. I ain't got a new album about to drop. I mean, I do, but it's not,
Time
it's
out.
not in reference
Time,
to, hey,
you
come look at me.
don't do any trolling.
Nah, I enjoy the trolling, man. Trolling is a massive form of entertainment to me. I like the fact that trolling is an abbreviation of control. So while they trolling, they actually got your attention, man. They controlling you,
Wow.
man.
And
You ain't
I
even,
like how
man.
you broke it down, con
Yeah.
troll.
It's the
Because it's a
mind, son.
con.
It's the mind.
It's a con as
They
well.
they got a good grasp on your attention while they got you under that spell for a second, man. So nah, I don't do no trolling, but I definitely enjoy it.
Have you ever walked outside in all green from head to toe?
What's that say?
Have you ever walked outside in all green from head to toe?
Nah, not yet. But the first hit up, I plan on looking like Don Juan up that thing, baby.
Bruh,
I plan on having lots of green, lots
I
of
remember
green
one
on.
day, I remember one show. Y'all like my new hat? I bought it because
Yeah.
it's red. I remember one show I wore all red from head to toe. One day I
Yeah,
went into
see,
court.
see, you know,
Hey, one day I went to
that's a
court.
primary color, so you might have a little issue with that.
Look, well, I went to court with the all red shoes, all red pants, all red shirt, and a red jacket.
Yep. Yeah. See, you looking like Baby Thriller now. You looking like Baby Thriller.
I mean, I honestly, can I be frank? Instead of successful a second, I thought I was going to jail that day.
Hey, I was trying to tell you that's a primary color. You really got to, pick and choose, your palette these days, man.
Yeah, no bullshit. You right,
Can't
bro.
just be stepping out, you know what I'm saying? Stepping
So
on
like,
somebody else.
so I had a question for you, right?
What's up?
Because currently, with everyone about to get released from this COVID cabin fever, with them thinking about opening the world up, giving
Mm-hmm.
vaccines out, there's been a new topic in the DMV, my brother. And this new topic seems to be why DMV artists are not where they need to be, right? Now,
Yeah.
you're a producer, and I think you're the first producer I had on the show since I have been hearing this new wave of why everybody all of a sudden knows why someone is not where. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
as a producer, what's your take on the DMV scene?
Man, it's really confined in my opinion. It's a it's a closed machine. Like it's like when you dope in your hood in the city, it's like it's really only your hood that know you. And your hood might consist of 1 million people, like it's a small nation of people that rock with your music and support you, but you only known in your hood. You can't even really collaborate with old boy down the street because y'all hoods don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
So when the politics don't match up, you can't get no business done. And that's
Yep.
that's what I seen. That's what I seen to be, spewing into the producer community as well. It's like you try to work with other artists and you find out they working with this producer, and that's a matter of, you
Conflict.
trying to take my artist from Bad Boy and sign him to Death Row. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
matter of.
You know what's a crazy analogy, and this could just be my analogy, but you got a few artists from the city that evolved to that next level, right?
Mm-hmm,
Now, for the most part, all of the artists for the DMV that we put at a top level that
mm-hmm,
have made it out of the DMV, got signed, done shit. When you really start digging deep into their lives, they suburban kids, right?
mm-hmm.
They the kids that's not necessarily like you said. They don't have to worry about the hoods and the blocks, and of course that neighborhood celebrity status is the biggest misconception for artists, right? Because it's like
Right.
if I want to be the biggest artist in Northeast, and as long as everybody in my neighborhood know me, I've made it. And like
That's the
I can walk into the store and he give me a free
man.
roll up because I'm a
Man,
rapper.
I can stand on the counter at the carry out and Habib gonna rock with me. I can
Yeah.
get free rollers at the tobacco store. That's all good, but it's not a bigger scale. It's not a larger scale when we looked at from outside of the DMV.
Right,
Mhm.
because the artists in the suburbs, while they're not partying with the larger crowds in the neighborhood, while they're not maybe not have the biggest following in the city, they understand the business because they're sitting it down and learning it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Absolutely.
like when you see them come out of nowhere, it's like, damn, why did he make it? Why ain't I on? I never heard of him before. I never seen him before. Well,
Yes, it's an essence of jealousy, my guy. It's a big matter of jealousy when it comes to that because it's people, it's a, they say the crabs in the barrel type thing.
yeah.
Before you have somebody share your link, they're gonna post their link, right under your status.
You know
Hey,
what irritates me about the hating though is even when it comes down to No Savage, shout out No Savage. They say he signed with Shy Glizzy, and I've been on YouTube and all I see is you shouldn't have signed. You got this little bit of money. You so quick to leave DC. Da 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 da. Blah blah. Negativity. 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 But I feel like had anyone else been given that same opportunity, they probably would have jumped at it as well. And I just feel like instead of like shaming somebody for trying to better themselves in the DMV, it should be more support, be more collaboration.
Yes,
Most certainly.
but look, like this is one
Most
thing that I
certainly.
try to. This is one thing that I be trying to stress. Right when if you watch a old, let's go back to the Temptation movie. You feel me? When they stepped on stage and they showed everybody backstage, they wasn't back there like, oh, the Temptations are great. They like, oh, who are these guys? What are they doing? Why are they up there? You know what I'm saying? Like, so this idea that hate is just in the DMV. Listen, when I wanted to be the starting quarterback of my team in high school, Charlie Henry hated me. He probably would have told the coach every day, I couldn't make that pass. I couldn't run that
Hold up.
play. I couldn't do that. But at the end of the day, he wasn't a hater. He was competitive. He wanted the light. He wanted to start a position. And sometimes when hard work can't beat talent, um, hate brews. You see what I'm saying?
What? Say that again. Hold on.
When
Say that
hard work can't beat
Absolutely.
talent, work hate brews. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Charlie was out there all summer. You feel me? He was out there all summer. And I walked out there beginning of training camp, you know? And
again.
he felt like I worked hard for this. I I was here when there was no backup quarterback. This was my position.
Mm-hmm.
So in week one of the preseason, he was the starter. I mean, he earned it. He been there. All, but I was talented. I was
Interesting. That's
more
it.
talented. So yeah, you were there all summer, but I had something that I was just blessed with. You know?
Yeah.
So now this
Yes, sir.
blessings are bestowed against upon me now to work to get a starting
Let's do.
position. And you've been there all summer. You lost your summer because you
Let's
thought
do.
you had
Let's
this.
do.
And now your hate is starting to brew. Now,
Hmm?
Right.
you're not a hater.
It's no
You know
screw.
what I'm saying? You just realizing you working hard. But at the end of the day, what people in the DMV really need to take is my man making a fucking sale. But now, at the end of the day, what you realize is like it's not about the hard work that you can see on surface. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? A lot of people don't ask how. They want to be focused on, you know what I'm saying, the why not them,
Right.
instead of how you get this, how you get on so it can be me. You know what I'm saying? So now so someone else can look at me and say why them, and I can share to them how it happened. You know, that's why the
Right.
game is so crazy. Speaking of Shy Glizzy and No Savage, bust downs. What y'all think about bust downs? I ain't
Bust
never had a bust
downs
down.
and or
I ain't,
plain Jane.
Yeah.
so bust downs or plain
Mm-hmm.
Jane, new name. Hey,
What's
hey,
that
new
say?
say bye. I said bust down or plain Jane.
Yeah, for both. I didn't say anything about that. Yeah, you didn't ask about that. I just
Hey,
took that apart.
telling you in it.
If you want that, you can
Telling
have
you
it,
in
but
it.
you 10. 10. Do 85. Yeah, 85.
What? What?
85.
What in the ghetto?
My bad.
What?
My bad. I'm over here. I'm over here getting rid of some old furniture, helping a friend out, getting rid of some old furniture, multitasking. My bad. But
What?
y'all was talking about Glizzy, right?
What? No, we ain't talking about
He not with
glizzies.
Glizzy Gang no more.
Ain't nobody talking about
You
glizzies.
was talking about Shag Glizzy. Shag
No,
Glizzy,
we
the
was
rapper.
not,
Shag Glizzy.
bruh.
He
You
said bust
I
downs
heard
or
something of that nature.
chains.
No cash out.
tell me out though, Jezebel, because this is a lot more interesting. What furniture are you getting rid of?
Look here, man. See. Now you want me to pan the camera around and stuff like what's going on with that? Damn. And see, I'm getting rid of some old furniture, man. You got to be worried about that because you're too far away to take advantage of these great deals that I got going on.
So you like,
Okay.
so that's like removing it, selling it off, and just cooling like that. Just some old ass furniture. Is it like your grandma's furniture
You know
type
how that
stuff?
go. You know how it go. I ain't selling the China, but I'm selling the China cabinet.
So what is it like? Everything is there? Everything must go sale going on.
Nice. I ain't got no fire sale or nothing like that going on. I got the beats. Everything must go. All the beats is on sale.
Let's talk about this.
I'm actually
Let's talk
setting the
about
site
these
up,
beats.
and it
Let's.
should be the site should be live. I
Hey,
got
listen.
the new
Before
new
before
name
we
site coming
before
up.
hold on though, look, KG. Before we get into the 25-minute mark, right? I gotta tell you that this is by far the most
Hmm.
ghettoest interview I've ever had. You, you are going on my wall of ghetto. But I mean,
Bust
like,
downs or rolling.
you have.
I mean, or plain Jane.
So look, Shy Glizzy and No Savage said bust downs are played out. Look at
Hmm.
this. Look at this. Look at this, Jezebel. Look at this. What you think about that?
Y'all frozen.
We frozen.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, I ain't never had a bust down, right? But I tell you one thing for certain, three things for sure. If I did have a bust down,
Something
I
about
would
a bus
hate for
down.
somebody to tell me my bust down is played out because they went and got a plain Jane. I don't even know which one costs
Something
more.
with a bus down.
But I thought that it was about
Hmm.
the more bling. You're the king.
So the plain Jane is less bling than the bust down.
Yes. The plain Jane
So
actually has no bling.
basically, what they're saying is that Shy Glizzy convinced No Savage not to want
Wow.
a bust a bust down because it costs more.
Exactly.
Told you,
He
leave that
got
shit
he got
alone.
my man a plain Jane watch like he retired from the police force.
What's up, Tony?
I
Now,
mean,
see, I'm
what up,
noticing.
Tony?
I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of people when they get signed, they getting tossed a lot of jewelry and a lot of on spot cash. How's that working?
So if you got signed, would you want to be handed a
Gotti is like
watch?
the king of doing that right now.
Yeah, but if you got signed, would you want to get a watch that looks like you just retired from the police academy? Or would you like to receive a nice watch that looks like the latest rapper that is out wearing right now? I'm gonna
I
look
wish
at
I was
like
on Wi-Fi.
I'm gonna have to call Cap on bust downs are played
Okay,
out. Myth busted.
Yeah, that's cap. Definitely cap.
Myth busted.
yeah,
So look,
most
let me
definitely.
ask you a question, KG. What got you into like
What it
producing and
do?
stuff like that?
Uh, I was in high school. I was banging on the tables and I was doing the freestyles and the battle raps. But eventually I got better at hitting the piece of paper and the pen and making all these different beatbox type of sounds to where I just I started making beats on the PlayStation, man. You remember that was a classic little jump. I had the PlayStation 1 game and I was cooking up on that. And from there I learned about FL Studio and I started wanting to I started wanting to work with more artists, as far as getting them the beats that I was making because I felt, my beat out there.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people do know this, but King Green was actually, I'm sorry, new name, then King Green, was actually the first producer to actually sit down and work with me, right?
Okay.
Up until then, there was a lot of YouTube stuff. And this was what, 2010, 2011. We linked up. I was at work,
Yep.
and my little sister said, "Yo, you gotta hear these beats that this producer made my dance team." And I think it was like some EDM dubstep dance type feel, like disco
Yeah.
type, like real chilly the music, right? I was like, hold on,
Mm-hmm.
who did this? You know what I'm saying? She's like, I gotta give you his information. So she gave me his number while we was at work because me and my little sister worked together, right? And I called him, and he sent me his
They come back.
address, and I was like, bro, you 5 minutes from my job. I'm pulling up on my lunch break. Pulled up on my lunch break. My man let me hear 2 beats. I immediately rolled up and we sat there and listened to all these beats. I remember walking out my man's house and my phone at the time had the little Google,
Gosh,
the
that's
little
literally
Gmail
so
app
open.
on it. Go, bloop. My man sent me 30 tracks. 30 tracks. With those 30 tracks, we began magic.
30
So,
tracks.
yeah, I mean, like, look, like, the thing is, me and King Ring got a lot of music. I'm sorry, me and
That's
New
it.
Name. I don't have any music with New Name yet. I gotta get a New Name song now. I gotta get a New Name song.
Bro, the music is in a whole different venture right now, man. I'm looking to get placements in video games and movies and just do all different sorts of things this year, man. It's a lot bigger than just working with rappers and singers, man. This year it's about placement and
So,
ownership, placement and
so
Yeah.
ownership.
what's been some of your like biggest obstacles?
Man, fighting myself for the most part, man. Just incorporating music back into their everyday schedule, because we all want to wake up and play Superman, but we gotta do the Clark Kent thing. So just incorporate music back in the 9 to 5, or into the parenthood thing. I'm finding myself, when I do sit down and make music, I'll produce 3 or 4 tracks at a time when I do get the time to sit down. But when I don't, it'll be about it'll sometimes be weeks in before I get time to sit down and make some music. So
Yeah.
it's
Why
just
does
time management is the biggest enemy right now.
Yeah.
Clark Kent have to play? Why does everyone have to play Clark Kent if they want to play Superman?
Because have you ever
Why
gone to
does
work
Clark Kent have to
dressed as
exist?
Superman? Hey, Jezbel, I feel like Success is the type of guy that will go to work dressed as Superman and forget that he's supposed to be dressed as Clark Kent with the red dun-dun-duns on the outside.
Nah, but
You can't do
you
that,
know
bro.
what's crazy? I'm the type of person
You
that if
can't.
I was Superman, I wouldn't go to work.
You gotta be super in the mind, but I'm saying adapt to human like things and do that 9 to 5 hustle.
I mean, if I was Superman, I think about the stress that Superman puts on himself, having to go into work, hear his boss yell at him every day, talking to him about bullshit, sending him on assignments, having to disguise himself and his true self, and then run off and leave everybody high and dry when he's supposed to be working on a project to go and save the fucking world. And it's like, now you fly back in. We've already done the project. So now you just bullshitting around the office for nothing. Get the damn check when you Superman. That ain't right. That's not heroic at all. That's taking the government's money, and I don't like that. I for one won't stand for a Superman. I would like to damn put in a damn. I'm gonna sign a declaration for Superman to be fired from his damn job and be a full time superhero.
Mm.
Cause either he a part
Facts.
time superhero or a part time worker, and he go to work every morning all day.
Man, he got 2 jobs. He got 2 jobs.
He got 3 jobs.
That man, that,
So
that man
look,
got 2 jobs.
I asked this question last week to my guest, and I really like this question, and I want to like keep this question in to ask everybody that comes on the show.
And man,
But
Bruce
what
Wayne
is
ain't no
something?
different.
Who? Bruce
Bruce
Wayne?
Wayne ain't no different.
Now that Bruce Wayne is a G. He uses his company to build his shit, and keep it a secret, gets it back as a tax write-off to stay rich and never have to work. He gets to focus all day on being Batman. I mean, the only time he throws on his suit and goes into the office is when he thinks a villain is in his office bullshitting. He even in there with the mic and shit. He like this. Alfred, you getting this? Get my suit ready. I'm about to whoop some ass. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's way different. He don't want niggas at his house like, hey, Batman save me. He want them to go to the roof. He want them to go through the commissioner, go through Gordon, go to the roof, and he wants to see his symbol in the sky. If they knew that Batman was Bruce Wayne, they'd be knocking at his door like, can you help me, Batman? Can you help me? He don't need that shit. But Superman, on the other hand, he can fly to the moon. Did that nigga just disappear?
Hey, you just crack up today.
Hey, I promise you, this.
He's right.
Listen,
He's
I'm
right.
putting my man.
Right here.
Nah, listen,
Yo,
bro. Let me tell you, you and Ace Marley, y'all going at the top of my greatest interviews, yeah. Like I need to I'm gonna take these videos and we're gonna make some bloopers. We're gonna make some blooper montages. Last week though,
yeah,
no,
cause
let me tell you though. Let me tell you what's funny though.
man,
Did you watch the show last week? You probably didn't, did you?
nah, I was working, man.
Man, you was stripping?
Nah, man, I'm at the airport stripping in.
Oh, you working on the airstrip? But last week I had a storm over my head, bro. And everything was going crazy. Like everything. So I feel your pain. I feel your pain, man. So like what's one of the biggest
Man,
obstacles? I mean, what's one of the biggest things that you learned today that if you knew now would have skyrocketed your career?
biggest obstacles.
Mhm.
Nah.
No, the
What's
biggest. What have you learned today that would have helped your career when you first started? If you knew when you first started.
Oh, I want to say client management. You know, it's like now I'm taking the people that I work with, I'm taking them a lot more serious than I did back then.
Okay.
yeah.
And you know, keeping in contact with people is more vital these days. Back then I was looking at it like, you know, oh, I'll meet you in this studio. It is what it is. I ain't taking numbers. You know, social media wasn't as strong back then. So now it's a big emphasis on, you know, keeping in contact with people and keeping a good flow of communication going.
Now, can I ask you a question? What has changed, I guess, in the last since the 90s, right? Or early 2000s, what has changed to where the producers are actually going out to make the artist big as opposed to the other way around? Why are artists now looking for producers as opposed to producers looking for artists to work with and break them?
One more again.
That's
I
a
got
good
the
question.
worst reception in America.
We can, bro. We already know. But why are producers not looking for more artists to break as opposed to the other way around, just looking for songs to place?
Um, to be honest, people ain't really got any guidance. It's not a lot of
Yeah.
guidance in what to do after you get your music done. A lot of people feel like, you know, the one thing they do is the one-stop shop for what should be done in their field of music, when it's a lot more collaborative steps that can be taken. It's a lot of hurdles that we put in front of ourselves for the most part because we're not really collaborating. You know, you got a big movement in Atlanta, and you got a big movement in Chicago and in California and other states as well. But when you look at the DMV scene, as far as us trying to, you know, build a name for ourselves, it's a big destructive thing because
Yeah,
we
but
all seem
even
to be
even
fighting
in
each other
those cities,
for the clout.
if it wasn't for now I forget the first DJ that actually sat down and worked with Chief Keef in Chicago. But if it wasn't for Big Chop taking him from that guy and saying I can take your sound to the next level, there would be no Chief Keef. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for a
Facts.
producer like JD going to find the Brat and Bow Wow, there would be no them. If Puffy wasn't riding around his neighborhood listening for artists making music on the streets, there would be no Biggie. You know what I'm saying? But now it seems like
Yeah.
you got artists rather go to YouTube because they
Yeah.
want this success that they feel like, okay, if I download this beat on YouTube, a producer will hear it and he'll say, oh, let me produce him or her, and we're gonna go right off into the sunset and make millions like Dre and Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Nah. See,
I
that's
mean, like,
that's where the misguidance comes in.
yeah. I mean, and
That's the
that's
miseducation
what
right
we do.
there.
But see, like in Atlanta, I watched an interview with Two Chains. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
they asked him the question, why is Atlanta scene flourishing the way it is? And his response, a lot will go over a lot of people's head, but he said, we all share pub. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Mm.
I don't know too much about
Yeah.
how all these individual cities work, but it seems to be like the producer makes his set, makes his clip. You know what I'm saying? He makes the situation. Dr. Dre made NWA, which ended up now making Tupac, which ended up now making all these other people that under him, Eminem, 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? But like
Right. Right.
these artists, they work their ass off to get to work with Dre.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Because of
But
this. Because of
before
that.
work with Snoop, once he proved his work with NWA, it was undeniable that he was able to then come on in. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Facts.
is crazy because the guidance, the guidance is something that is in people's biographies.
Yeah. It is. It is.
That's what the
It
guidance
takes
is.
it takes a real humble person to be guided in the music industry. Because
Uh,
a lot of people feel like if they've been doing it a long time, that immediately entails knowing a lot about it, and that's not necessarily true.
bruh, exactly, bruh.
Shit,
So,
a dude told me not too long ago. He told me when I was running around with the moniker Mister 3000 Beats, he was like, "Oh, how long you been producing?" And I told him, I said since 2002, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you supposed to have about 3,000 something beats. That's good. What else you got?" And I looked at myself that afternoon. I was like, "Well, shit, I can't necessarily run around with the moniker Mister 3000 Beats because it it's just a standard of what I'm bringing to the table. Oh, he only has 3,000 beats. That's
right.
all he could do is produce 3,000 beats. Well, he's produced 3,000 beats. So it was a limitation on my name, and that's another thing that led to the name rebranding or whatnot. But
Well, like
you
what's crazy
it's
is
all
I
in the
can
bio. Like you
actually
said, man, it's all in
it's
the
a
bio.
it's a lot of things that I don't know about people, right? This interview is interesting because I actually know you, have worked with you. So it's like when you talk about producer credits, I know that you know the difference between a producer and a beat maker. A lot of which is not
Yeah,
knowledge to people. There's a lot of people that just make beats that call
yeah,
themselves producers. You know what I'm saying? So that is one thing
absolutely.
to
I was
me.
one of them. I was one.
Hold on.
Yeah,
What do you?
no, no. And like you remember when we made seasons, and it's funny
Yeah,
because
yeah, that was a whole
that
move right there.
that whole movement was like there was a lot of songs that we had done. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of there were a
Mhm.
lot of times when you would send me the track and I would go in the studio, record it, and I would send it back to you and you would yay, nay, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, and that would be the track. But with Seasons, I remember this man called me at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, he sent me an email at 5:40, 5:40 something. I saw the email and I was like, yo, what is he doing up? 20 minutes later, my phone rang. You get that email,
Yeah,
y'all? I'm like, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna check it when I wake up, you know. Now, obviously, he didn't hear me say I'm gonna check it when I wake up because he said I'm outside now and I got the idea, everything. Let's go. Let's get in the studio. Now we get in the studio. He already had the
yeah.
flow he had wanted for this track. He had the style he had wanted for this track, and I was like, "Oh, I could work with this King Green more often.
Mhm.
All I gotta do is just deliver." just
Man, it
just
was
work.
it was heavy on my heart. It was heavy on my heart, Brody.
Yeah, no, like and that was
It
a
was heavy on
movement.
my heart. I was like, I got the whole move for this guy.
So like
I got the whole attack plan for you, bro.
let me ask you a question, and I call this segment "How do you feel?" How does this make you feel? Right?
Mm.
Lauryn Hill became the
Mm,
first female rapper to go diamond. Jay Z has been hailed
congratulations.
the GOAT, has never went diamond, and yet Tupac is the only
Hmm.
rapper to do it twice. How does this make you feel?
Well, I would think people consider Jay Z a goat probably more
Um,
so business side and not the music side.
Yes, obviously.
got a point, Jazzy. Got a
Uh,
point. Massive point. Massive. Massive. I'm
what's
I'm a big Jay Z fan, but coming from the South, I think it take a lot more than we understand, and a lot more than we capable of doing these days. That Pac was possibly doing back then that made his music touch that diamond caliber. Like
well,
we not making music of that quality no more.
let me ask you a more hot seat question, right? Let me ask you a more hot seat question because we
Okay.
all gonna not escape the obvious. It's obvious why Pac went diamond twice, right? I mean, his album was already the number one selling album in the world. He was on his little mini tour and he was murdered, so it skyrocketed everything, right?
Hmm.
Now, Lauryn Hill being the first female rapper to do that, and Lauryn Hill hasn't had an album out since maybe I was a little top. Will there be another female to ever go diamond?
Mm. Another female to go diamond?
I
You think
truly
Cardi
hope
B?
so.
Will it ever happen again? Will we
I
see
truly
it?
hope so.
It might be
I
Cardi
personally got a lot of good candidates that, in
Give me
my
two. Give me
opinion,
two.
is definitely up and running.
Give me two.
Um,
Cardi
Jill
B.
Scott.
No.
Jill Scott not a rapper.
We only talking rap artists. Let's see.
Cardi B won't do it. But
Um,
while we on, look up Cardi
Cardi
B's
B.
album
Nah, she
sales.
can't.
She has
But
probably
why
sold
do
over
y'all
100.
say, okay, can I ask y'all both a question? One said she won't, and the other said she can't. Why do y'all both say that?
Well, let's look at how everything is built these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, back in the day, there were massive budgets put behind artists, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this was in the digital unit era where one unit was able to get you a sale. So now when you're talking about selling 10 million albums, then you sold 10 million units. Now, let's put Cardi
Right.
B situation. She's not selling albums out the store. She's selling streams. So for her to sell one album unit, she needs to get
Yeah.
1,500 streams. So for every 1,500 streams she gets one unit. Now, if it takes an artist to get well over 1 billion streams, and I think that I did the math, you need at least 3 billion streams to go platinum status. That's not including album sales. You know what I'm saying? That's not the
Yep.
unit.
That's
So
correct.
when we talk about will she get 3 billion streams? Probably. But if platinum is 1 million records and that's 3 billion streams, then
Diamond.
there it is. Diamond may happen on a single, but we're talking about albums.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
can attest to that as well because
so like Lauren
it's
Hills,
it's more
Lauren Hills,
so it's more so yeah the units.
yeah.
They were selling
And Lauren
physical
Hill
CDs
just
back
went over
then.
that mark because she's been current and trending, so she's been getting streamed more. So it happens.
Right.
Okay, I
She
get
only
you
has
there.
one project, so it's not like they're streaming a whole lot
Those are
body of
those are
work.
also we have to give credit to. Those are also almost two different genres of rap.
Correct.
You wouldn't be able to compare Lauren Hill's lyrical ability to Cardi B's lyrical
Well,
ability.
get
They
this,
aren't on the
because
same step.
I like how you brought that up because you can't compare Tupac's lyrical ability to Biggie's. If I had to put,
Yeah.
if I had to rank them, I would say Cardi B is more of a Biggie and party type, and Lauryn Hill and
Mm-hmm.
Tupac are more the socially conscious, aware, lyrical types, which
Yeah. Absolutely.
which is a
Absolutely.
whole nother topic, right? Because now we're talking about lyrical artists over rap artists, which where we know lyrical artists outsell rap artists all day.
What?
Lyrical
Is
artists
that
outsell
necessarily true with the music
lyrical
that's
Yes,
artists
trending these
outsell rap
days?
artists all day.
I don't
Huh?
believe that.
All
I
right,
don't
okay, like
believe that.
So
name the top five selling artists.
you would say a J. Cole album you would say a J. Cole album would outsell a Lil Uzi Vert
Migos
or
out.
Future album?
Well,
Yeah, Migos album.
I would say a
What's
J.
more
Cole
trending
album.
versus
I would
what's
say,
more lyrically, you know what I'm saying? Lyrically
yes,
feeding?
a J. Cole album would outsell Amigos album. A J. Cole album would not outsell a Uzi album. Uzi
Okay.
is rock, like he's
Okay.
rock rap, and he appeals to young white people as well as old white people. So yeah, but as far as
Hmm.
J. Cole would outsell Amigos because J. Cole is the artist that your mama bring in the house and listen to this album, boy. You know, Migos is the album that your mother hear you listen to. Like, what are
You'd
you
be
listening
surprised
to?
how many moms is bringing a Migos album in the house.
Well, you talking
Mm.
about now? You talking about? I'm talking about like my moms. You
Okay.
talking? You talking
Okay.
about today's
So you talking about
moms?
Mom Dukes.
With,
Mom Dukes is
yeah, I'm talking
listening to
about
J.
my dudes.
Cole.
Like my mom would ask
Yeah.
me, "Have you heard J. Cole's new album? You listen to that J. Cole?" She'll probably say something. You heard that
Right.
J rapper, that J. You know, she'll probably say something like that, and I have to finish it
Right.
for her. But she would never come to me and say, "Hey, you heard the Migos new song?"
She'll say you heard that song that go da on the radio though. Who the people
Nah,
sing that song?
nah. My mama
See,
don't
I,
even know
It's
what
the
bad.
catchiness.
I,
It's the
that's
catchiness.
I
fun.
just I could say bad and bougie to my mama, and she'd be like, "What?" I'm like, "Bad and bougie, mama."
But
What?
that's funny because I think my mom would be bopping more to Migos than a J. Cole. She'll probably be staring at the window somewhere lost
Well, like,
listening to J.
are
Cole,
you
but
your
we in a
mom's best
car.
friend, Jezebel?
Yeah.
That don't count. She want to turn up with a baby. Hey. So it's weird, like, cause like y'all said, like
Yep.
all for real though. Like rap is a genre that's gonna sell based on the engine that's behind it. You know what I'm saying? However, the bigger
Yeah.
the artist can only be as big as the endorsements that they can accrue after said deal. So if you got a rapper who may be in trouble, may have some things, maybe talking about this, maybe talking about that, he's less marketable. If you got an artist who is gonna touch the social shit, touch the shit that drives the people, he's gonna be more marketable and he's gonna be heard in more places. Hell, you can hear, I mean, yeah, you can hear Migos on ESPN sometimes, but shit, they'll use J. Cole for a commercial.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, the
You know
more
what I'm saying?
marketable material.
Yeah, so that's why the game is rigged how it is. Rap is the biggest genre in the world right now because it's
Yeah.
flooded. It's way more rappers. Way more rappers
Yeah.
are dropping music. Way more, and every stream counts. Even if you get one stream, it still goes into the pool of rappers. That's why they ask you what genre are you with. You know what I'm saying? It's
Most
like the
definitely.
vote. It's like the fucking vote. You threw your name in the hat.
So, have you guys, speaking of rap music and branding and such, there is a commercial that's out right now that, I mean, every time it comes on, I literally like jump up and be like, "Scoop, there it is!" It's an ice cream
Yeah,
commercial.
chocolate,
Have you guys?
chocolate, chocolate.
That's
But
my
that
jump. That's my
that was
jump.
so catchy how they were able to make it for. Well, I thought it was for ice cream, but it's really for insurance. Like, but that was
Yeah,
awesome.
I thought it
I
was for
love it.
ice cream too,
Mm-hmm.
but Geico is the best commercial makers right now.
You're right about that. Mm-hmm.
They good with that
Yeah,
plan with your
they got a
eye.
mean marketing team.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean
Yeah.
like with
Yeah.
with the
They
camel
got
walk.
some
Guess
young
what
guys in
day it
office too,
is?
cause they play heavy on the nostalgia and the innuendo. So they hip to a lot in that office, man. I give them to them on that for insurance company. They hip. But
Yeah,
you know it's another insurance company that's coming for their neck though. Cause they got the
Travelers.
top rapper selling insurance for them now. What's going on with that?
Hey, hey,
Nah,
listen. Let me
Fab not
tell
selling
you
insurance no more.
something.
They
I
got the
said
Canadian
that
boys.
I wanted to
Drake.
start the show off today with "Hi, I'm Drake from State Farm."
Yeah, but even still, I mean, that commercial was dry. I ain't gonna lie, like, I seen it, and at first I was like, "Is that Drake?"
Let's
Then
be
I was
real.
like, "It
Everything
really."
Drake,
Yeah, man,
everything
that's
Drake
Drake.
does is dry. Remember when he had the dance battle with Chris Brown in the video "No Guidance"?
Oh my gosh, I love that video. I like how
Uh,
he was like, "What?"
yeah, it's about to come
I'm a
at you.
huge Drake fan. Sorry guys, I'm a huge Drake fan. So yeah, I love his music.
Drake sucks. Hey, hey, don't say that over there. I got him. I got him.
Hey
But
Tony, get him, please. Get him, Tony.
so let me see where new name go. All right, we got the wheel it down. So that brings me to my next subject. I don't know if we're gonna come back, but El Nacho Bow Wow Libre.
Hold on, Bow Wow. Who?
Bow Wow is wrestling.
Okay, because when I read that, I was like, "Who is Bow Wow? What did you call him? Nacho Bow Wow Libre?
Nacho Bow Wow Libre. And the
Who
reason
the
why
hell
I
is
said that
Nacho?
is because when I
Nacho.
saw that Bow Wow was training to
To be a
be a
wrestler.
wrestler, the
Yes.
first thing I thought, and I mean the first thing I thought was he must be doing a movie. Now,
Nah, man.
I don't know if
I'm
y'all
proud of
been
the
in the
kid,
beauty
man.
supply store. Have you been in the beauty supply
Yeah,
store?
I seen him. I seen him. I
That blew
seen him.
the shit out of
He
me.
on them products. He on them
My
products,
man
man.
is on the do rags. He sells do rags. He sells do-rag.
His
He's a
jumps is
do-rag
the jumps is
rapper.
just like he got the
And
sideways face, like.
the picture that they used for the promo was the exact same picture that I see when I walk in the beauty supply store and he's selling that do-rag. So then I say,
Man,
is Bow Wow doing a movie? Is Bow Wow doing a
no,
Jack Black? Or is Bow Wow really wrestling?
So he's really
he's
wrestling.
about to. He's
Bow
about to
Wow is
really wrestle.
really.
You know,
Hold on.
I'm a
I'm
wrestling fan,
sorry.
bro.
I
He
thought
really
you
about to
said
be in them
boxing.
trenches.
I thought you said
No.
boxing. I'm over
I,
here like,
I,
wow.
I had to research it. I had to look it up. And Bow Wow is really wrestling. So
Yes,
I
bro.
thought,
Me and my nephew stay up on it. Me and my nephew stay hip on wrestling, man, cause wrestlers and rappers tend to have a lot in personality traits that's real similar as far as their characteristics and their mannerisms, as far as how they appeal to an audience.
yep.
Yeah, Bow Wow gonna fit in right
Now,
nice if he
you a
bulk
big
up, but them
wrestling
white
fan?
boys gonna slam him around. You
You
know
a
how
big
he is, man.
wrestling
Them white
fan?
boys gonna slam him around. You
So
know it.
look, let me ask you a question. When was the last time an artist in his peak? Who was the artist in his peak that was on wrestling, that featured on wrestling?
I'm gonna tell you right now who they got on there. Your boy Bad Bunny is on there, and they gave your man a belt. Bad Bunny. Yep. Before that, it was Snoop. Snoop jumped off the top rope and hit an elbow drop.
Snoop was
You seen that
retired.
video?
Snoop was a.
Hey, y'all seen that? Hey, y'all got to see that
Snoop
video.
was old though. Snoop was old when he
Snoop did
did
a
that.
whole boom, drop that thing like Randy on him.
No, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was a good example. The rest of them, I look at it like that's like when you get old and you need some
Yeah,
relevance.
you just
You jump on
something to do.
wrestling.
Yeah,
You
but
jump
yeah,
on
that I feel
WWE.
like
What do you think his
WWE
outfit's
grabbed
gonna
that Bad
be?
Bunny.
You say what?
I hope it ain't nothing dog related. I hope it ain't nothing dog related.
No, I want Bow Wow to walk out with the dog emoji from Snapchat on his face. And I
He's
want him
definitely gonna
to
get
I want Bow
slammed and
Wow
not taken serious.
I want Bow Wow to wear pit bull pants and have a pit bull tail or a Doberman pincher
Okay,
tail hanging out.
okay. My question to you is, what was it? What would his entrance music be? Which one of his songs?
But so I
What songs should he
said
come
that
out to?
there's a pool that I have. I'm predicting that it's going to be "Let Me Hold You Down," and it's going to be at
Nah,
the break. He's going to come out. It's going to go, "Boom, let me hold you down, down, up,
nah.
that part. I want it to be that part.
I I feel like he gonna come out to bounce with me, and he gonna come out, and it's gonna be pyro and boom, 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 fireworks
That's
as he
Nah,
bouncing.
catchy.
nah,
That's catchy
nah.
though.
He
So
not gonna come out to
what do
bounce
you
with me.
think? What do you guys think? Why do you think he got into wrestling? Like, what do you think his interest in wrestling is for? Do you definitely think it's a money move or
It's
like
it's
I
it's
feel
a
like
relevance
he's
move.
always been a fan. I feel like he's always been a fan. To be
It's
honest,
definitely a relevance
the
move. It's
relevance?
definitely it's definitely a relevance
I feel like he's been passionate about wrestling and looking up to people who slam people and do that that majestic soap opera stuff on TV and get paid a lot of money for doing it. So
move.
if it is a financial gesture, it's a lucrative one because it's another form of acting, and he know that.
Okay.
They know that as well.
Look, bruh, all I know is I want to see if he's gonna do the Rikishi bottom. I
What's
want to
his
see if he's
moves
gonna
gonna be? What's
do.
his moves?
I want to see if he does a tightrope luchador move. Um, and I also want to see
Yeah, he
him
should because
fly
he's gonna be like a
off the
featherweight
turnbuckles.
wrestler. He should
Yep.
definitely be able to jump around and throw elbow drops like a Rey Mysterio kind of wrestler.
Yeah. So I think. Do you think he'll wear a mask, or do you see he did the mask singer? Bow Wow is really geeking. He's really needs it. He did
He
mask
did the
singer.
Mass Singer.
Wow.
Yes, he
Well, I
was
mean, he can
singing.
sing. All you gotta do is wear a mask.
And then he's now doing WWE.
I
So
mean,
he
what you
not doing
say?
Real,
growing up hip hop
People
no
people
more.
need to do something.
he's still doing that. I watched
People
that
need to
show.
do something to
But
get
you
the
know they don't
relevance,
pay
like you
much.
just said about Snoop.
You know, growing up hip hop don't pay much.
Gotta
Well,
do
then he
something.
need to put out another album or something. Like,
So look
he put out
though,
some
so
music.
so
Cause he
man,
put out
this
a project, I want to say a few years back, and I
trash.
actually enjoyed it.
Jezebel,
You
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 keeping up on Bow Wow? And his
Hey,
new
I
I
music.
listened
might be.
to it. No, listen though, Jezebel, I listened to it, right?
So
And I
you know
didn't
what I'm
like
talking
it.
about. Oh
I
well, it was
did.
a couple of songs on there that I was like, okay, all right, Bow Wow, you growing up, okay.
Yeah,
But
and see, that's how I felt. I felt like he should give us more of that love stuff. He need to stick with that. Let me hold you down, down, battle.
no,
I need
I
more of
feel
that.
like when he debuted, they're gonna try and make him a gangster wrestler. They're gonna put him in like fatigues, like
Like
old
our
Master P
truth,
style. Yeah,
like
like
our
all
truth.
truth. Yep. He gonna come there
Wow.
real hard body.
So, so look,
He gonna
this
look like Tommy
next segment
Davidson.
because we're talking about Bow Wow and him losing his star quality. Let's talk about 5 minutes amongst the stars, shall we?
All
How
right.
much would you pay for 5 minutes amongst the stars? And make sure you hear me right. I said the stars, not celebrities. A woman paid 250K to go to space with Virgin Galactica's Richard Branson. You
did
remember
they make?
Virgin Mobile?
Are they back yet?
Yeah, yeah.
You remember Virgin Mobile?
Yeah, I had a couple of their flip phones.
Richard Branson. He also had Virgin Records.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Branson may be the most biggest genius I have ever had the luxury of Googling. I mean, in 2005, he was selling space tickets. In
My guy.
2005. And he was selling them for the whopping price of $250,000. Now, they don't tell us how many people gonna be on this voyage. But what they did tell me was
Mm,
this voyage is gonna be up to the space, there for 5 minutes, and turning around.
mm,
That is the
mm,
best field trip one could ever pay for. How many seats
hmm.
are on this thing, bro? Would you
Would
pay
would
anything to
we
go to space?
I would I would be interested in paying if it catered to my liking of being able to call it the magic school bus. Can we call it
So
that? Cause
you would be
that shit
willing
is
to
magic.
pay if you could. You would be willing to pay if you could bring your weed along and smoke on the shuttle ride
Is that something that I even want
to
to
kill
do, leaving
everyone.
the atmosphere?
Is
We
that
Do
pay
you
even
want to
we
get
real?
right?
Like, did they
Is that
go and
something
they
that you
coming
want to
back?
do?
They going. They haven't went yet. It's
Oh,
happening
they
this year.
going. Oh, they ain't went yet. Nah, I need to see
Yes,
him come back. I
bullshit.
need to see him come.
I want to see the pictures when she get back, and I want to see her on
They in a
TV when she
theater.
get back.
They in a
Man, look,
nice ass
hey,
theater. That's what they in. They think they in the
bruh.
shuttle.
Oh my God. That's what they're gonna do.
Let's face it.
That's
Bruh,
exactly what they're gonna
they in a
do.
dope ass
They're gonna
theater.
put them in something and fucking vortex their ass for fucking an hour or two, and then they're gonna make them look outside on a green screen, and they're gonna be like, oh.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I done played some
Hey,
realistic
they
ass
gonna tell
video games,
they gonna
man.
tell
They
all of the
shake the
they gonna
chair.
tell all of the
Oh,
all of the aspiring astronauts. They're gonna tell all the aspiring astronauts when you sit down, there's a string above you. You need to hook that to your belt on the left and one loop on the right. When we get to our destination, you will be seeing zero gravity. Then when they get up there and lift up the shutters and shit, the string's gonna flip them all up in the sky.
Hmm.
yep. Snatch their ass up. Cue the
Yep,
strings.
zero gravity. So that sounds like
Yep.
fun, man. Like I'm waiting. I'm definitely like you, Jezebel. I'm waiting to see. I want to see the trips. I know that ride is gonna be a lot of. Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Mm,
Are we there yet?
yeah.
Are we there yet?
They
I
probably got
want
it
to
in the
see
contract
anybody bringing
that
their
you can't ask
kids,
that.
but they say that we're the last ones that's
They
going up
probably.
there. So it is what it is. You know how that go.
But I mean,
So
for
look, man,
250,000, you can't beat that experience.
bruh, Bobby Schmurda. Bobby
He
Yes,
home,
Bobby
Schmurda
man.
is
He
Shmurda is
home.
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 He
The
will
guy
be
is
doing
home
the
with all them
shmoney
teeth.
dance soon.
All them teeth, man. He got 1,000 teeth, but he home.
How do you feel
That's
about
my guy.
Bobby Schmurda? He
Hey,
had his
I
as soon as
lawyer
I
I,
heard
conduct
of
the
that,
case away.
I feel like
soon
he
soon
should
as
get
I heard
all the
about it, I tweeted.
support that they give Takashi. Like all the labels and all everybody's putting their money behind Takashi, or if that's Takashi putting his money behind his own self, whatever the case
I'm,
may be.
I'm
I feel
telling
like
you,
Shmurda should be really, really pushed. He need to come out and drop some hat. So yeah.
he
Yeah,
will,
everybody gonna want to work
he
with him.
will,
Everybody's gonna
but
want to work
he
with
will
him.
not. He will not do what Takashi did, and he will do what Takashi did in the same breath. But let me tell you why he won't do what Takashi did. Before Takashi got into his legal situations, he was already on his way to kind of becoming a megastar, unattainable, Billboard records, everyone top billboards, blah blah blah. Bobby Shmurda had a hit song, peak number 6. Then he had a few not really make it in the tops, right? Then he went to jail. 7 years has happened. Now, the when Gucci went to jail, the way Gucci stayed alive and the way that the industry kept Gucci alive, you couldn't stop hearing a new Gucci song. It was like, is he still in jail? You know, when Boosie went to jail,
Yeah.
it was like, is Boosie still in jail? You know what I'm saying? Um, when Bobby Shmurda went to jail, they kind of like left him to be forgotten. So now he's gonna come out here to us, and because we have been on the 8 year ride with him. We're 8 years older, right? His fans are 8 years older. Now his fans are subscribers to Spotify, YouTube, shit like that. So they're not buyers of music anymore. The shows, he's coming home and there really aren't any shows, no concerts, things
Camera.
like that. So and look, like when Takashi came home, you saw all the cameras, all everything, the big news. It was a big deal. Bobby Shmurda came home. There's a post about it. There's no cameras. Where's the
Yep.
videos? Where's all that stuff? Right? It's not so. He's not gonna get that same type of feel. He's not gonna get that same type of vibe. He's gonna make
He
an
may not
album.
want it.
Nah, well,
He may
that's
he may
cool
not want
because
that
he's
vibe.
gonna make an album and he's gonna probably sell the album. Duh, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But his last album only sold 85,000 units. So
Mm-hmm.
if that sold 85,000 units, a win for him would be what, 200,000 units sold?
Yeah.
And in today's game, that's still pretty bad.
I was gonna say just to jump back in the game of relevancy, that'd be good for him.
He got to make a hot song because the industry doesn't care who you are. If it's not a hot song, they're not gonna let you have it.
He gonna be alright. He gonna do a song with the city girls. He be alright.
Man, look, he gonna drop a song, talk about all the bullshit. Everybody going, all the old people gonna act like that shit like they're high fire, and we're gonna see what he do. Hopefully, he don't end up like Shine, man. Shine home, and we that nigga done went off and
Well, I mean,
cut his hair off
you
and shit.
know, once he throw the hat in the air, he hit the smurder dance. It's a done deal. They're gonna love him like they love Uzi with the shoulder shimmy.
Well, his boy came. Like the thing about it is he gonna come home to money. So as long
Yeah.
as
Mm-hmm.
the money don't make them change their hunger, because the hunger and greatness is wanting the money. Now they got the money. We're gonna see how they act, and hopefully they stay out of trouble. So this is an interesting hot topic right here, right? Have you seen what's been going down on in Texas?
Yeah. It's unfortunate
That's it.
that they hit with the cold weather, and basically Texas infrastructure isn't built for the temperature drop that they have received. So a lot of the power and water supply was short. Um, yeah. So
Wow. Now
what?
the
Yeah.
governor, all of their officials have pretty much abandoned him. I heard Ted Cruz went on a vacation with his family to Mexico. Luckily, Donald Trump did not get that wall finished because he was able to get down there real quick. And I also read somewhere where one of the governors decided to tell them all to fend for themselves and
Yep.
life
That's
isn't a
the governor.
handout.
The was it the mayor of
Yep.
Colorado, and his wife got fired behind him saying that as well.
Both of them
Yeah.
lost their jobs. Well, like what I'm learning is, man, I'm seeing a real shift in in America, right? Now, usually, I don't remember a time when white America could get in trouble for saying things. I mean, the first white person I remember getting in trouble for saying something that he shouldn't have said was the Clippers guy. You know, but then even he was
You talking
calling
about
us
what he called them nappy head hoes?
no, that was the Don Lyman or whatever.
Oh,
But
whatever.
oh, Iman or something like that. But he said that, and that statement that the first one I remember was when the Clippers owner's girlfriend was recording him calling them calling the players a bunch of slaves, and he don't want black people at his show. I mean, he don't care if black people come to his game. He just don't want her being seen with them. You know, they're his workers. They're like his product and shit. He owns them and blah blah blah. Yeah, they got his ass out of there, and that's how the Clippers have their owner that they have now. You know, but then I remember he got a little slap on the wrist for calling the women nappy head hoes. You know, but no one really stayed on top of that either. Rush Limbaugh, he got in a little bit of trouble for saying some shit, you know. But now in 2020, I'm really seeing white people being held accountable for the
Mhm.
bullshit.
I think the funniest one for me was I forgot her name, but she was talking about Trump's son. Was it Kathy Griffin? And she said something about him looking as if to say he had autism or something, and they fired her ass and blackballed her.
That
Oh,
was
fuck.
Kathy Griffin. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Now, what's funny
Yeah.
about Kathy Griffin is she had a show before that called D List. So she's already acknowledged that she wasn't famous enough to be making those type of comments.
She
Well,
wasn't never
yeah,
funny to me.
Who
they
Kathy
are.
Griffin? I don't
I,
know. People like assholes.
mhm,
Assholes is funny.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So let me let
So
me
white
let
people
me
are
let
being
me let
held
me
accountable.
let me tell y'all, man. It's Black History Month. You know, and I've been doing some reflection this month, and I've been looking at artists that have really inspired me. And in 1971, this artist was born in Manhattan. Started rapping in 1987, debuted his first album in 1991, and of course, in 1996, his first album went certified diamond, and we're talking about Tupac Shakur. Now, what got me on this whole Tupac Shakur subject is we talking about this diamond record and the fact that he did it twice, twice, man. Like you know how crazy that is. He made 5 albums after he was already deceased. 5 more albums were released. This man has sold
Mm,
over 75 million records.
Mm.
mm.
So Jay Z has hit the 100 million record mark, and I give him that. That's tight. But my goat is Tupac Shakur. He's actually the only reason that I even started even liking rap music. Do you remember the first rapper you listened to?
Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Really?
Yes.
Who's your first
Gin
rapper
and Juice,
name?
Doggy Style. I had that cassette tape.
I did not
I
have
think
that.
my first rap I listened to, like, literally deliberately went out and go get was Devin the Dude.
Ooh, I had all his.
Word.
Devin the Dude, my older sister and her boyfriend used to, you know what I'm saying, be heavy smokers back in the day, and I always felt Devin the Dude was like, okay, that must be like the young people Barry White, because he got the vibes, but
Mm.
everybody's still smoking, he ain't too old. He must not be an old guy.
Like I always felt like I was too young to listen to Devin the Dude. Even when I
See?
became a
See?
smoker, I felt like, all right, I got whiz.
Huh. Yeah. He did adapt a lot from Devin Dude, so yeah, that
You
makes
know, like
sense.
like And the thing about it is, like my older cousin, he used to listen to Goody Mob.
Leave me alone.
Yep, all the
Oh,
heavy A
is
time.
that wait? Is that Goody Mob? No, no, not Goody Mob. What was the one with Scarface and
The Ghetto
Goody
Boys.
Boys? Nah, what
Ghetto
was it?
Boys.
Ghetto Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto
Mm-hmm.
Boys. He's listening to the Ghetto Boys, and then listen to that Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I go over to my cousin's house, I used to have to hear that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
big fan of it. Plus their videos. If the video wasn't interesting to me, I didn't like the artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how it worked for me. If the video wasn't right, I was like, nah, I ain't trying to see that. I ain't trying to listen to this artist music. That's actually why I never liked Bone. My very first video I seen with Bone was Crossroads.
Really?
Man, you
I'm
tripping.
trying to think. It
First
probably
of the
was
month, my
the
first
first of
jump.
the month.
Or I think
I'm
it was
trying to think this one came
or
out
East
then.
99, that East 99 jump.
Now let me tell you what's crazy
I
is
love Crossroads video though.
first of the month may have been one of the first videos, but I didn't see that till later in the game, and I was like, damn, I wish I would have saw this first. You know what I'm saying? I've always heard the
Gotcha.
song because they play it around the first of the month, but I've never seen the video. But because I seen Crossroads first
Hmm.
with Bone Thugs and Harmony, that was where I was. Because I seen the video, my mind playing tricks on me with Ghetto Boys. That's where I was with them. So I
Yeah,
was like,
my
nah, I
man,
ain't trying.
Willie D. Nah, I think it was
Yeah,
Bushwick Bill. He's punching the
Bushwick.
ground.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't with
that
that
was
shit.
epic.
I wasn't with that shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it
saying?
scarred me. It scared me. It
And of
scared the shit
course,
out of
my,
me.
my
To tell
first
you.
video, of course, my first video with Tupac was Brenda Had a Baby. You know what I'm saying? And
That
that was like
yeah. Again, scared the shit out of
that
me.
video. I was sitting there. The first time I saw the video, I was so drawn by the actual video and what was happening that I didn't even catch the
Yeah, the
words.
visuals.
Yeah. So
The
I had to
visuals
keep listening
just took
to
me
it.
back as a young boy.
Yeah. Then I go back
Man,
and
yeah,
listen to it just
it
for the
ain't grasp
words.
for me that. Yeah, I had to go back as well because it didn't dawn on me that he was rapping about things that actually took place, around him, or something that actually could be taking place in the world. And I was young, and I was just like, I didn't know you could
Blown
put
away.
stuff like that in videos. I thought it was all
I was
about shaking rumps and stuff.
Bro, I've told this story several times.
I
I used to go and buy his CD, his cassettes, and scrape it off so my mom wouldn't know. Because
mm-hmm.
she hated me listening
Yeah.
to Tupac. I
I
mean,
used to do the same
hated it.
thing with 3 6 Mafia. I had a lot of Project Pat, had a lot of Pimp C, and my mother was not for all that, sucks on dick, does man. She wasn't for none of that.
Rockin'
So
Nelly.
I had to
I put it in your
turn all that down.
mouth.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hey,
That was my
Jessica, you know
shit.
he has a record label now with Empire Records. He's just signed with Empire Records for his label, Put It In Your Mouth Records.
Yeah, I saw that because they was doing shows at what the hang. He was coming up here working with artists at the Hangers Club. At some point, they was doing artist showcases at the Hangers Club in Old Branch. But yeah, I was 11 singing that song, and
Mm.
Young, I wish to God that you would have never
shit and
told me
Mace.
that, young. Look, dog, listen. I'm gonna probably all right, young. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose some really good friends with this statement. But
Speak your truth.
I can't care anymore, man. I'm tired. This is what's gonna stop today. This is gonna stop today. Y'all artists with no intentions of really doing no work, and y'all got some shiesty ass promoter in the city telling you that you got some sweet ass artists here that'll pay you anything because of your name. And you come into our city and you fucking build up money to put in your pocket and line for your corny ass label. Now, I don't know what artist in their right fucking mind would want to even sign with Put It In Your Mouth Records. I mean, listen,
Only
I
that
know the
one
guy.
song.
I know the guy
What the fuck?
was supposed to be, nice and did his thing in the early '80s or whatever the case may be. But people, let's be real. What has that man done? What would he do to make you want to be yelling? I'm gonna put it in your mouth. Records.
Man, that's the first time hearing that to me, so I don't want to hear that no more, to be honest.
And why would he? And listen,
I don't want to be
if
with them.
if you really coming to the city, man, and you going and you coming to Hanger Club, you coming to see some titties.
Yeah.
Coming to that joint trying to be up performing and shit, man. That's corny, man. It's
So
corny,
hold
man.
I
on.
could have
How do
sworn
you
that
feel
I
about?
could have sworn that's what that place was for.
Tell that nigga put you in the field more, man. You come to the city looking for artists. See how they be on stage.
But hold on, you don't like performing at strip clubs?
Nope. I'm against
And
it.
why? Because I just okay. So I just attended a showcase this past weekend, and it's called Immaculate Clubhouse or Immaculate
Okay. I
Showcase or
heard of
whatever.
that. I heard of that.
Right. So
Mm.
initially, when I was approached about seeing this thing, I was turned off because I promote artists, not female exploitation or whatever. So to me, I just thought that they were using the artists to make money when really it's a stripper party. Okay. But then I get there, and of course, the setup, it wasn't all that it could have been, but I understood at that point. That's okay. So all the way at the end, the guy that I told you about earlier, Jay Hefner, he performed, and one of the girls just came out of nowhere and was dancing. I mean, like literally shaking all over the place. So to me, that's just like if a rapper's rapping, no strippers are dancing, then maybe your music's not club music. But the fact that it gets the bitches to respond, I think it's a great video
Yeah.
look.
But see, that's the
It's
thing.
a
Like,
double-edged sword because it's a good field for criticism on your music, especially from women directly.
Right.
but is it
But
real?
if
Like,
that
we got
ain't
to
your
think
cup of
about
tea,
this. This is this is this is your visual that you saw. So with that visual, you took from it a good thing. You took from it that this artist got the female to dance on his song, and these other artists
I say
couldn't.
it's a double-edged sword.
Now,
There's a negative
the,
to it as well.
I did. Let me tell you. Let me give y'all this story I did at this show at a strip club. Now, I didn't know that it was a strip club because the name of the club was called Rose Cafe, right? So I'm telling all my friends, I'm like, bruh, I got a show at Rose Cafe, right? Now, the show was supposed to start at 10 o'clock. Me being the professional that I am, I get there at 9:30. 9:30. I meet with the owner. No one's there. He set me up in this nice little VIP section. He's like, you can smoke back here. Show gonna start at 10. I'm like, I bet. Cool. Now more artists are starting to walk in, and more artists because the show's supposed to start at 10. So I'm now asking the owner, I'm like, so it's 10:45, 11 o'clock. What time the show start? He said, chill, bro. The strippers will be out at 12, and then we're going to start the show. I said, wait, strippers? I said, wait, strippers? So, again, me being the studious guy that I am, I picked up my phone to text all my homeboys. Bro, it's going to be strippers here. What the fuck? Bruh, swear to God, on everything. It went from 3 of us at that show to 15 of us. All my niggas pulled up. You feel me? So they gave us 3 tables. The whole wall, right? Ask Eddie Kane if you don't believe me, bro, because we was in that bitch. I said, bro, bring all the weed. You know what I'm saying? Bring all the weed. So our table had all the weed on it. You know what I'm saying? All 3 tables. We hit all ounces, mind you, because we was going ham, right? Nigga, one of my mans, he went and cashed out and made boy all these damn ones and shit. I'm like, bruh, whatever you do, this is what I told him. Real God, true story. As Eddie Kane, he might not have heard this part. But I said, don't throw them ones over here. You know what I'm saying? I said, don't do it. So now, mind you, our table got all the weed on it. So where are all the strippers at our table? All the other rappers standing around being corny. A few of them get hip, start asking for lap dances. Now I'm still like, when is the show? Because now you got niggas in here that wouldn't have came in here otherwise. Everyone is in here now getting these girls lap dances, and it look like they usually don't make any money on these particular nights. You know what I'm saying? So one of them had on sweatpants, and the owner was like, "Girl, go take them sweatpants off and let them see that ass." And I was like, "Oh." He said that to her. She ran to the back, and then 10 more strippers came out the back. So now it's all these rappers in here, all of them trying to be impressive, all of them. Then the show starts, and the strippers looking at them like this when they perform. I was like, damn. One of them pulls out his ones, start throwing some money. They all get on stage, start dancing with him. Song was not really that great. You know what I'm saying? So of course, me, I'm looking at the whole scene now, right? I'm peeping the whole scene now. So I did the ultimate move. I just went ahead and had a couple of little pre rolls, start handing them to the strippers. You know what I'm saying? So now when I perform, they all on stage. Now guess what I can't do? I can't never post this video ever.
Why? Oh, okay.
Silly, silly.
But
Just loading.
yeah, man. So I don't like performing at stripper joints because it's a ploy to gain that strip club attention. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna use that. They're gonna keep you around. Like I like. There's certain things that I don't like when they look a certain way, but they not really that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know you wasn't coming in to sign nobody. You just got a new label. You trying to make some money for your deal or whatever. This artist, you got your artist now that you got signed on a tour. You're trying to impress your new label that you just signed with Empire, and you're trying to make sure your artist makes some money because we know the business now. If y'all been listening to my show every week, Put It in Your Mouth Records is taking all of this guy's publishing. They're taking all of this guy's royalties, and they're putting him on the road in venues that are licensed because that's how they make money and that's how they rise his stock up. Because, like I said, if you are an unknown artist and you're asking yourself, how can I make money to drop my album? It's go on the road. So we'll Put It in Your Mouth Records do, and I hate to keep saying it like that, but what they do is they sign the artists up, guys. They got their major distribution label that's going to put their money behind them so that they can afford to get a nice little a hotel maybe. And that artist, he probably stays in another hotel when he come into the town, but they probably take care of all that travel for him to feel like a star, a celebrity. They send him on the road, and they might give him a little percentage of that door money, so he can be making some money on the road, you know, and all the while in 3 to 6 months they're gonna be building up his budget because they're gonna get the royalties from all of these shows that he's doing. And before he even drops a record, before you guys even know who he is, he's gonna have a nice budget that he's made himself. He's gonna have some money from these tours, these fake. We're gonna sign you to our new record label, and if you really do your research and find out who have they already signed, and I guarantee you, you'll find him sitting somewhere in the back with a bottle, like he cool, too cool to meet you, too cool to take some pictures and shit like that. But whatever the case may be, when you learn these tricks and these trades, you'll either A, run them yourself to start making you some money in this industry, or B, know and be aware of what you need to be really paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all are paying to go into these venues for these shows and not even registering your shows. So you're not getting paid, and this artist is getting paid twice. when in that artist situation, his label is getting paid twice,
Mm-hmm.
well, three times. But it's that's how that works. So like, I don't perform at strip clubs, and I don't perform at showcases for labels looking to sign artists. I don't do that, and I recommend no one do that.
Even if you just
Yeah.
like performing, like I rarely meet artists that just want to perform just for fun.
The thing about it is, young, I used to perform. I used to love performing just for fun. But that's remember what I told you.
Before
I
you learned you
realized
could get
that
paid.
you can't perform just for fun, right? Because people won't. People will be like, "You're a fake artist. You you you're not real." And when you get to a certain age, you need to give up that dream. You need to stop
Yeah.
bullshit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's you're against that. You battle that. A 2 year old, 10 year old, 15 year old, they can get up there. I'm doing it for fun. You know what I'm saying? Because hopefully someone behind them understands the business to make sure that fun don't turn into I'd rather play football. I'd rather hang with my
No,
friends.
what I'm saying is like if I was an artist, if I was a rapper or a singer and I made music and hey, it's Friday, I ain't got shit to do. I'm about to go perform. Why not?
Well, listen, the thing about it is this. If that's the case, there's plenty of things that you can do that are not if you just want to perform for fun, you shouldn't go into a competition or showcase anyway. You know, because there's
Mm-hmm.
other people that could be performing in that slot that may really want that opportunity, and you're just a
Well, they
head
should
that's
have got
in
up
the
and
way.
got it.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying they are there. They
I
are
know.
there. You know what I'm saying? How many
Joking.
people could have? How many times have you went to a showcase and one person could have went if one person didn't? One person that should have went as opposed to one person that shouldn't have went.
I mean, I would think
Too
everyone's
too
there.
many times. We done been to showcase together, bro. You done seen that?
Yeah, I mean, like, and the reality of it is because people are not going where they're supposed to be going. Like, if you just in it for fun, there's plenty of karaoke's, there's plenty of open mics and
No,
things like
you go
that.
to showcases where that's what's going on. You're not there to
Yeah, I
win
mean, like,
anything. You're there
okay,
to be
but
seen.
a showcase and an open mic are not the same.
Okay.
Like, because at a at an open mic, it's free for all. Everyone's having fun, sharing all your talents. Bam. A showcase is structured with some type of cause, you know what I'm saying, some type of purpose around it. So it's like, all right, you're not gonna you're gonna be booked for a showcase. You're not gonna just be like, oh, I'm about to get up and get on the showcase.
Well, then I don't understand why
Mm-hmm.
people. Okay, so because the showcase I went to, they wasn't offering the artists anything. They were charging the artists $40 to perform just because it was hosted by DMV Killer Keisha. So to me, I don't
Mm.
understand. Like I didn't understand like why would an artist pay $40 to not get nothing out of it? But like I'm
that
kind of
really that really
is that
that
what you're talking about though? Is that similar to what you're saying?
yeah, that is the exact same thing. Like exactly like if you're an artist that's just up for fun, and even still on that type of event, like let's just say I heard about it on that Friday. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just gonna be a logic. I'm just gonna speak logical. It's not gonna be logical for me to hear about it on that Friday and say and go up to the door Friday night and say I want to perform. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because
Yeah.
in my
It's
mind, I
bad
would be
business.
expecting to say, no, this is a showcase. We already got the artist that's performing. It's $10, $20 to get in, right? But
Mm-hmm.
now if it's an open mic, when I walk up to the door and if they're performing like Killer Keisha open mic, when I walk up to the door, if I don't plan on going or not, whenever I walk up to the door, I know I'm going to the door, pay to get in. Where's the list? Can I sign up? You know, and if I get on, I'm happy. So that's the idea behind that. Now, like you said, why on God's green earth would anybody pay $40 to perform for another up and coming artist? Well, like King Green, New Name said earlier, it's about guidance and lack of guidance because the the I think the people will believe that if Killer Keisha sees me perform, then Killer Keisha want to do a song with me. Or if Killer Keisha's here, then Killer Keisha's peoples are here. The people that handle Killer Keisha are here, and they'll see
And
me.
they can
Or
guide me
Killer
in the
Keisha,
right direction at least.
yeah, or Killer Keisha's producer
And they
may be
can.
there, and we can work together. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like these are
Mhm.
why, but or the biggest reason I didn't want to touch is they're Killer Keisha fans.
That's why I was there more so. I mean, it was a showcase, but and I
Yeah,
had
no,
extra
I mean, like,
confidence, but I
and
am
that
a
and
Keisha
that's
fan.
like King Grin said, hood notoriety is big, and for real, an artist is not paying $40 to perform for Killer Keisha, right? I'm gonna break the bank right here, guys, and I hope y'all don't ban me and Jezebel for this. But artists are paying $40 for Killer Keisha's crowd. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, Killer Keisha could do the whole concert by herself. She may have got 20 people in there, but that's 20 people of her own. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine every artist that paid her $40 to perform, and really they paid her $20 because 20 went to whoever put the show together,
Well, she
right?
didn't put the show together. She just hosted. So somebody
Yeah,
else was charging the artist to perform because Killer Keisha was there.
yeah. So she got paid already.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so she got paid, and if she
Yeah.
did it right, if she did it like I would have done it, I would have got $10 a head. I mean $20 a head, and they would have got $20 a head. But that's just me. That's the boss in me. I would have done it that way. I don't recommend any of you artists, other artists, trying to do it that way because I'm different. But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
they were doing that because when the artist paid $40, they walked in solo dolo. And guess what? It's still 20 people waiting to see Killer Keisha. So if you got 30 artists signed up, now you got Killer Keisha's 20 people and 30 artists sitting there. You got 50 people that you just paid $40 to see you perform.
I have another
Mhm.
point
Facts.
I want you to address though. Showing up when you're doing showcases as an artist, showing up solo or showing up with a team.
I
And this is for
like
both of y'all. If you was, you know what I'm saying, as far as watching an artist perform or like stuff like that, like do you think artists should be solo when they're
with with due
performing?
respect, with all due respect, I'm gonna let you go first, KG.
From a producer standpoint, I feel like you should only show up with the vital team members that's active in scouting. Like you as an artist, you showing up with your manager, you showing up with your producer, or you showing up with the active members that are a part of your team. The entourage and everything. It just calls for extra stuff, but I roll dolo for the most part. I don't have a co-producer or anything, so it's more so making sure you got the effective members with you if you do have a team with you.
Now, Jezebel, I'm gonna tell you how I know that me and you are right here. I didn't tell y'all what had my eyes so low today. I literally smoked about 8 blunts before the show. I was debating
Hmm.
on Facebook with a friend of mine's on Facebook, and it was literally about the same thing. Now,
Oh,
this may take a minute, so y'all buckle in, right? I'm about to go on one of those success
I,
rants.
I got to get up out of here, man. I got to get up out. I got to get back to
Well,
work, man.
well, you go, man. You go,
yes,
man.
thanks
And it
for
was good
coming.
having you. Thanks for coming by, y'all.
I
Tell
man,
them
I
where to
definitely
find you at.
appreciate y'all having. Man, you can find me at New Name Beats on IG, New Name Beats on YouTube, New Name Beats on Twitter, New Name Beats on BeatStars. You could just Google New Name Beats. Anything under the King of Green, Mr. 3000 Beats. SoundCloud. I'm on all the platforms. Spotify, Apple Music. I'm working on getting my website up. It should be up maybe the middle of next month. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm actually
All right, man.
I'm
Go
about
get your go
to
get your work
get
on,
things
man. Go do your.
together. Yeah, man,
Yes.
I should be I should have something new dropping this weekend. A new beat with well, a new track. I'm working with an artist from Senegal. He just shot a video in Johannesburg, so we should be dropping that this weekend. So that's something to be on the lookout for.
All right. All right. We
What?
looking out for that drink, bro, man. Thanks for coming through, man. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, man.
Most definitely, man.
Make
All right.
sure
Most
go
definitely, man.
follow
Appreciate y'all having
me.
me.
Thank you. Have a good
You
night.
already know, Ski, man. Y'all too, man.
So you already know, Brody. Man, that was good, man. Have new name coming through. My man, new name beats. Y'all go follow him, add him, and all that good stuff. So back like to what I was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Entourages or solo. Now, the thing about the answer is, and I'm not answering this directly to you because I know you understand this. I'm answering this to the listeners, right?
Right.
Understand there is levels to this. Not You're not gonna have a full team of people following you to your show when you first start.
Right.
When you do your first show, if you're not like the hood homie, the hood man, the hood resource, and even if you are the hood plug, they will wait until after your show and call you and say, "You up? Can I come through? Or can I come through before the show?" Right? You're not gonna be getting people to pull up on you like that. You have to go to these shows, network, not be scary, kill the shows, network, not be scary, and then leave. Like you don't have to like rap and roll and all that stuff because you never gonna gain an entourage besides your mans that you may start paying for. Now, in the middle stage, you're gonna need to build the entourage if you're gonna want the respect that you felt like you earned by killing these shows. Because let me tell you something: if you are a fire ass artist and you walking in that show solo, even if you kill that joint, even if you got a hot ass single, you are gonna be strung along because your
Mm-hmm.
song is hot. They're gonna definitely get you on. But if you ain't real live showing love like to the crowd and stuff like that, they're gonna string you along and you will become whatever your number is, no matter how hot you are. Now let me tell you what happens. Let me tell you what I did. They got to a point where I realized that I was walking into the show by myself, or maybe my homeboy Frenchie, and me and Frenchie, that's my road dog. You know what I'm saying? That's my best friend. Like so, this nigga like every damn show, any show I said, bro, I really need you there. This nigga was there. Any show he didn't have to work. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I had my brother Chilla in the beginning. Me and him would go out, but still not really nobody with us, right? When I went solo, I literally was solo. So I ended up getting to that point where I'm seeing the Tokyo Crows. I'm seeing the D Blacks. I'm seeing, like the squads, the EKS, and I'm seeing all this stuff, and I'm like, all right, these like to me, I'm looking at them like, even though in my own right, I'm killing these shows. I'm looking at them like they're killing these shows. They're
Mm-hmm.
walking in 10 deep, 15 deep, 20 deep. My man Suave, he pulled up to a show. I said, bro, I can get you on the show. He said, you can get me on that show? I said, yeah. Got him on the show. This nigga pulls up on the show with a charter bus. I swear, 50 people walked off this charter bus. And I was like, this is down at the bike club over in Forestville.
Uh-huh.
Down at Dirty Bike Club. 50 people get off this tour bus. And I say, bruh, he said, I told you I could bring 50 people out. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
those were the lit people to me. So like at a point it wasn't no more like, all right, I wasn't envying them because when I was on the show, even if I walked in first, they went on before me. You know, I understood that and I realized that they were the lit ones. So what did I do? I became friends with the lit ones.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I walked into a show, I'm no longer one deep because they're a group of 10, and I'm cool with all of them now. So now we're a group of 11,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and now I'm cool with their groups, and that's a group of 20, you know. So now we're a group of 30, 31, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So now I started realizing that, all right, wow. Every time I go to the club, I know all these 50. I know all these 100 people. Like I'm not able to. I'm not afforded the luxury of the club to just stand in that corner by myself because it's someone always like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm coming. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
I'm everybody's friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now it gets to the point where I'm walking in the club and I'm realizing these promoters, they realize that I know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And they realize that even though you come up by yourself, you stand outside, everybody talking to you. Some people,
Mm-hmm.
more people talk to you than talk to the promoter.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what happens? The clubs realize this.
Mm-hmm.
And they start asking you, you want your own night? And you start, and now you're able to ask all your friends that you are able that you have met. They got the 20, the 30. Because trust me, when your real friends start seeing you hanging with other friends that ain't them, they want to know why I ain't around.
Uh-huh.
Where my pit? And you're like, nah, I was with them. It was cool. It was ball. It was lit. And next thing you know, they're gonna start coming around. And you're gonna start introducing this Tony, this Ron, this John, this Moses, Joe. He have all the weed. He be motherfucking drinking like a motherfucker. Nigga, you know you been drinking like a motherfucker. You know how everybody do that shit, right? So that's how the game go. And that's how it always works. So that's why artists gotta understand. In the beginning, it's levels to it. I expect you to come in this joint by yourself. But what I expect you to do when you in here is what defines you. It's not walking into the club solo dolo or 30 deep. It's how you act in that club that defines you. Because even a
So
nigga that walks in there 30 deep,
rapping and rolling. How do you feel about rapping and rolling? I've
that's
asked
shitty.
you this before, but
Rapping and
speak.
rolling is the biggest sign of disrespect that you can ever show to anybody. And I mean, like, I'm not talking about the art. Well, maybe I am, but I'm not talking about the artist that's really out there on the grind. You know, I mean, if you know an artist got 2 shows, 3 shows a night, and you literally following that artist, all right, cool. But like I said, it's what you do when you in that joint that defines you, right? I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't expect you to if you know you got to be at your next show at 12. Let's just say,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, you got to be at your next show at 12, and you're a real professional. And let's say you had your first show at 7, so you performing from 7 to 9, 7 to 10. You're gonna pull up 7 to 9 or whatever. You're gonna pull up maybe about 9:30, 10 o'clock. You going on about 11:30 because if you book it to the point where you are hours away from each venue, then you're being irresponsible and disrespectful already. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like no way you're telling one of us you're not going to be on time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and you ain't putting your own shit together. No way, no way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when artists are on tours and things like that, they do tend to rap and roll. But it's how you handle yourself when you in there. You know that you're supposed to put every artist. You have to put in your daggone schedule 3 hours at every event. Three
Right.
hours, 4 hours max.
Mm-hmm.
4 hours max. There's the first hour of like really like meeting and greeting. There's the performance time, and then you have another hour to see like the vibe to figure out
Mm-hmm.
who feeling your shit. Because a
Right.
lot of y'all be like, nobody told me my shit was hot. Well, nigga, we was waiting to the end. When it was over, I was looking for you, but you
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there. And when you got on stage, I saw you go back over in the corner and grab your shit like you was about to go. So I was like, damn, I ain't gonna chase you down to no club. So
Mm-hmm.
nah, like we gotta change as artists. Like we say, it's too much shit out there for us to not be where we need to be, right? So
Right.
when I see rapping and rolling, when I see that, that is like the biggest sign of disrespect. Like you're literally telling me that you feel like you're better than everyone in the motherfucking building. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, everyone that I've seen rap and roll, I've never seen any of them have any level of success. Ever. And you can never ever put your own shows together or do your own concerts. Because a real concert takes 2 to 3 hours. And you have to be there for a stage check. And that happens hours before that. There's rehearsal, stage check, sound check. After you do all that, wardrobe check, then the show. Then after the show, you got meet and greets. You got probably a daggone VIPs. They got to do what they got to do. So yeah, man, it's definitely crazy. Next performance, I'll pass out the crowd from the bars. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Like that's what I be trying to tell. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like your friends are not gonna support you until they see that you are supporting yourself. I
Right.
mean, even if you were to, and I try to tell everybody in the music industry, you have when you're an artist, you know what I'm saying? Your your spectrum of thinking and your conscious has to be worldwide. You can't think this is just happening to me because I'm an artist. You have to understand that if you said to your friends, I want to go away to college, it's gonna be one of your a few of your friends like, why you gotta go away to college?
Mm-hmm.
Why you gotta do that? You know? And until you become a doctor, they ain't gonna be like my homeboy a doctor, my girl a
Yeah.
doctor. When you do become it, they gonna be the ones geeking like, nah, my homeboy a doctor. I only go see my boy. I only go see my bro. You know, they're gonna be the
Mm-hmm.
main ones there. And yeah, they may ask you for a discount, and you probably won't even care because you are in the business. You have clients, and you doing this thing for a living. They will support it. They will respect it. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, if you tell me you're a rapper today, I'm not gonna jump on the train 2 years later. You're not a rapper no more. You know. So consistency is the key. When I started in 2006, everybody told me I was tripping.
Mm-hmm.
When I left my job, I was making $70,000 a year. I
Mm-hmm.
left my job and I was like, you know what? I want to be a songwriter. Everyone said you are out of your mind, and here we are now. However many years later, look at me. I am out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You funny as shit. But no, I asked that question specifically because sometimes I see artists come out by themselves, and sometimes I see artists with a whole bunch of people with them, and then I see artists rap and roll, and then sometimes I see artists that actually rap and then walk around and looking around like, hey, what's up? You
Yeah.
know, and I appreciate I appreciate those that I ain't gonna say stick around forever, but is at least when you get off the stage, you know, like walk to the back to the bar
And
and then
and you know, like what's crazy is, all right. So when I came to Atlanta, right, this
mm-hmm.
was 2 years ago. I came to Atlanta with my boy Stefan, and we went to a lot of the shows. Now, every show, every show here in Atlanta, they perform, and everyone stays to the end, and then they all go to the next show together,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when
Yep.
I saw that, I was like, now I asked the dumbest question that you could ever ask, but they forgave me because I was out of town. I said, well, can I go back outside to get my weed? You know what that I'm like, I didn't know we could bring weed in here. They say,
Yep.
boy, this
You can smoke.
Atlanta. When you walk
Mm-hmm.
in the club, you don't walk out until it's over. Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's gonna perform, and we all gonna go to the next venue and just take your
Mm-hmm.
weed in the next one. You know? And I was like, all right, this is real shit. And everybody, that corner performed, that corner performed, that corner performed. 2 hours, 3 hours later, whatever the case may be, I don't really remember. Everybody left out the club and went to the next club.
That's how it was when I went to the showcase in Nashville. It was
So,
like after that, everybody went. They were going to another showcase out there,
yep,
and I'm like, wait, it's 12 o'clock. Like
yep. They
it
don't
was
care.
cool.
They don't care. Like we walked out the last one at 6 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and they were still going, and everyone was still showing love. So I wasn't more so. I really couldn't take in the shows because I was focused on the culture and trying to figure out how is this possible, right? And I
Mhm.
realized that in Atlanta they have created a situation where even if it's a showcase, even if it's a party, they make you feel like you at home. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yep.
So when I started doing DC Live,
Mhm.
I said I wanted to be exactly like my Atlanta experience. I wanted to create it like home.
Right.
So what I met with like 10, I met with like 10 clubs. You
Mhm.
know, I met with Pure, I met with Allure, I met
Mhm.
with Peace, I met with Red Lounge, I met
Okay.
with Dynamics, I met like
Mhm.
on and on. And I shared with all of them my idea,
Mhm.
my plan. And all of them was like, nope, nope, never gonna work. Can't do it here. Can't do it here. I spoke to Club 12, and I actually spoke to my boy Chris at 12. And
Mhm.
shout out Chris because he really
Mhm.
put me on. I shared with him my idea. And he said, this isn't like one of those, pop-up situations. I said, no, this is like a music festival in one day, one night, 4 hours,
Mhm.
5 hours. No one has to leave. Everyone is
Right.
just like at home. And 12 gave me the green light. And now, what was funny was that very first show at 12, the AC was out, and it was hot as hell, 80 degrees. That joint had 250 people in there. And no one left. No one walked out the door. My manager said after the show was over, my manager said, "You on to something with this?"
Mhm.
I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Bruh, do you realize that they was in there sweating
And
and
still didn't.
fanning and no one left?" I said, "Bruh, I do realize that." You know? And it was like,
Mhm.
all right, boom, boom, boom. And now I see in the city, a lot of them are trying to emulate that. But
Yeah.
they're missing the key thing. Like, I'm not just like making you feel like you at home and not going to be a host. It's never a favoritism. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all promoters got to understand it. It's a party. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And I'm meeting everybody. I'm treating
Mhm.
everybody like we family in here. And this is a good
That's
time.
how.
It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
That's how.
Because I feel like that's one of my biggest pet peeves, yo. I'm like, y'all, we have to stop disrespecting people. And I don't
Mhm.
care what color they are. We have to start treating everyone as if they are there and that because we as people, especially black people, our generation is very fucked up as far as our culture and who we are and where we come from. And everybody, some way, somehow, is connected and related in some way. So we gotta
Mhm.
start respecting that because there's been a lot of times when I found out this person may be my cousin, this person may be my cousin, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like I saw
Mhm.
a post saying black people got more family members, more cousins than anybody in the world. And that's true. So I respect everybody and treat everybody like they may be my cousins.
Right.
You know?
So let's.
So Jezebel, I gotta give y'all the Huffington Post. And I wanted to do something a little different this week. Because I'm not gonna hold y'all. The trees has been mighty fine. I've been getting all good reports everywhere. Everyone's bragging. Donald Trump is gone and the good weed is here. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, that's all I need to know. So I wanted to change it up and do roll up edition. Now,
Roll up edition.
everyone knows my favorite roll ups is a good old leaf. I used to say backwood. And I've done down here, and it's kind of not as easy to find a backwood as it is to find maybe a game leaf, maybe an 1882. I've seen switcher leaves, and now they have Dutch leaves, right?
Mhm.
So I have tried them all. In this leaf war, I used to think backwoods was the king. 1882,
1882s.
they seem to be taking the lead, and
Yeah.
Game Leaf is a strong second. Backwood, you're starting to get a lot of complaints, but you're never gonna get as many complaints as that goddamn Swishers and them goddamn Dutch Leafs. Those are the worst leaves in the world. Young, I don't know what Dutch was thinking. Y'all make a pretty good roll up, but that one is far, by far your worst invention. I mean, not only do they all taste horrible, they pull very, very stupidly. They tear very easily. And who in the world told y'all that people needed a 2 palm size backwood? Cut that backwood in half, roll it up, and put like 4 of them in it. That's what you could have did. I don't want to have to do surgery on everyone I unravel. So, Dutch Leaf, keep those. Don't put those back out. Switcher leaves, you'll notice to take those off. And yeah, man, if y'all need leaves, man, stick with the 1882s. If you are a backwood lover like myself and you can find them in your state, man, please send me a box.
You know
Well,
what? You know them 18. You know what? I am a backwards smoker as well. Not as much as I smoke papers and funnel, but 1882's got me. Like one of my best friends, she smoked 1882s, and I was like, "What is that?" She's like, "Girl, it's like a backwood." I hit that shit. I was like, "Oh, yes, let
so
me give me a pack of
here's a
those."
here's a little here's a little true fact that a lot of people don't know. Backwoods are actually sheets. And tobacco, and I'm sorry, 1882 is actually leaves. So if you want an authentic leaf, 1882 is the only one that's actually pretty authentic. Backwoods are made in a warehouse through a machine, and their sheets made to replicate and look like a leaf. The
Nuh-uh.
more you know.
I can't stand you. There goes some homework,
So
guys.
Jezebel, what you got going on this week? What you got coming up?
This Fridays, we got Young Show coming in, and also we have
Young Show?
Yes.
Young Show. Young SHO from Atlanta.
Yeah, D Carter used to work with him.
Okay. All right. That's gonna be a good show. Now look, I am gonna keep advocating, and I know that we're not gonna get one, but I have to I'm gonna tune into your live this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tune into the live because that's gonna be a great show.
Does he smoke?
Does he smoke?
We'll have
Yes,
to
he
find
does.
out.
He does.
Okay.
Now, young show, good show coming up on Fridays.
Yes,
My man
and
with
then of course
Empire Records,
the week after I'll
STL.
be down in the ATL for All Star Weekend. Not really for All Star Weekend, but just on a girls trip. So yeah.
So I expect to turn up when you get down here.
Hopefully, I mean, shit, we got a house out Marietta. Like, we got a house out Marietta's. It's a big ass house because it's 11 of us coming down there.
Okay, that's gonna be a
Hey,
party.
my live gonna be lit all weekend. I'm going to definitely turn that live on. 11 people in one house.
We're gonna see Jezebel Day in the A.
What do you have? Next week we got
J Money Gives.
not
Am I
next
right?
week.
Is that
No,
next week?
next week is another beats person. Next week is Dominic Best.
Dominic Best. Okay, we got Luna Tide next week. Yes, Dominique and Luna Tide coming in next week. So yeah, that's gonna be a good interview because Luna Tide is over on the West Coast in Cali. She's a female artist, so I can't wait for that interview. We're gonna have her producer Dominic in here as well. That's gonna be lit. Y'all also know I am still working on some major things in the A. I ain't gonna say too much. Man, look, I'm loving this color in my hair. So
I love it too.
I'm thinking about, this is gonna be the new wave here for me.
It should
And
be.
yeah, y'all make sure y'all go run up and stream Pam, the new single. And yeah, man, that's about it. So you got anything else?
No, I just want to shout out everybody that's watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I had fun.
Yeah, shout out
Success.
Tony, man.
Crazy.
Shout out my man Tony. Be watching every week. Be sticking with us. Shout out Shaq every week, sticking with us, man. Love you
Yes.
guys. Love y'all loyal ones, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all already know what I say about this time. Right now, Nose J should be down the roaches, and you should be flicking off those ashes and putting them in the roach tray and getting ready to roll up another one. Cause I know I am. Jezebel.
Hey, it was a lovely Monday. Thank you guys so much. Success. I'll see you next week.
Yep. I'm about to get back on Facebook and beef with people. That's what I do. If you're on Facebook, come on over. I'm out.
All right, y'all. Bye.